and welcome to HMG Aeroreels. I'm Chloe Greenbank, editor of Regional Gateway, and today I'm joined by Simon Geere, CEO of Farnborough Airport, to find out just what's in the pipeline for the dedicated business aviation hub in 2022. So Simon, thank you for joining us today. So if we can start by you just bringing us up to speed on what air traffic movements are currently at Farnborough Airport.
Yes, so we obviously just coming out of the pandemic, and we fared reasonably well. So actually 2019 was the all-time highest air traffic movements that we had, around about 32,000. And then going into 2020, obviously the start of the pandemic, we were hit quite hard, like everybody was. But it was quite incredible to see a very quick recovery, not to pre-pandemic levels, but a recovery nonetheless as we traversed 2020. And then into 2021, again, demand slightly suppressed, but better than 2020. So actually we did around about 60% of 2019 levels traffic in 2020 and about 80% last year. So, and this year we're full of optimism. Market's looking very strong. We've recorded all-time monthly traffic figures since August last year. So yeah, reasons to be optimistic. No?
Yeah, and that kind of this growth in business aviation traffic that we hear about and that you're seeing, do you think once scheduled services start to return to normal operations, do you think you'll continue to see that growth, or do you think you'll see a drop off in passenger numbers as they return to some of those scheduled services?
Yeah, I think it's been sort of really interesting what's happened. I mean, no doubt there's been this sort of pent-up demand. So logically that you'd think as things normalise that would dissipate.
Yeah.
We've also seen a new market, a new charter market could come into business aviation world where people have, for whatever reason, decided to fly privately. And that could be because of lack of availability of supply at a commercial airport from airlines, or it could be that they're wanting the assurance and of flying through a smaller facility like ours. So the sort of combination of factors that you'd sort of expect it to normalise over the long term as commercial passenger airports start to recover. But I think that's going to be a very slow process. I think commercial airlines will be managing their profitability, managing their seat yield, and I don't think they'll get back to pre-pandemic levels for some time. So I think there'll be supply shortages in the commercial passenger airline world, which I think can benefit business aviation. And the opportunity for us is to build upon that new customer base and start to position Farnborough as an accessible, if not exclusive, product. And that's the challenge for myself and the team.
Okay, and touching on that, you joined Farnborough Airport as CEO in mid-2020, I believe.
Yep.
What are the skills that you brought to the table, and what is your vision now going forward for the airport?
Yeah, so I come from the commercial passenger airport space, although I was with the shareholder Macquarie for 18 years. So people might think I have a finance background, but actually I was very privileged to have been part of the team that led their acquisition of a number of UK and European airports over that period. And so I've spent many years sat on airport boards and working with airport management, and I've learned a lot of lessons, and not all of them are good. But so I think I bring to the table just a slightly different lens to look through. As I said, I think Farnborough Airport's done incredibly well over the years to invest in its products and be that sort of cutting edge business aviation airport, which is brilliant. And now I think the next step is around positioning it more to the consumer. And we've done incredibly well. Everybody knows about Farnborough in the B2B markets.
Yeah.
Now let's start to tell our story to the consumer market. And I'm not talking about a massive push into business class travel. I'm talking about perceptions around what we are. I'm talking about people viewing Farnborough as always knowing what we do. And us to be an aspirational product. And I think we can be that, and that's how we'll start to grow beyond sort of normal market growth over the long term.
Okay, and finally, sustainability. It remains a hot topic on everyone's lips across the industry. We hear this building back better has kind of become a mantra for the sector. But in terms of Farnborough Airport, you're a pioneer in this area. You were declared the first carbon neutral business aviation airport in 2018. So what are your kind of the concrete steps you're taking now to ensure you maintain that sustainable growth and meet the net zero emission targets that by 2050?
Yes, so look, this is one of our main strategic priorities. We've said we want to be a showcase for airport sustainability. We have this pioneering legacy, the birthplace of British aviation.
Mm-hmm.
We were first to be carbon neutral in 2018 in the world for business aviation airport, and it's a great question as to what next. And we're investing heavily in sustainability projects at the airport. So electrification of our fleet, electric powered ground power units, which is quite new technology.
Yeah.
Introduction of SAF, sustainable aviation fuel, last year. We're bringing in renewable diesel for those diesel engines that we can't electrify.
Which is something you don't often hear about as well on the airport side, yeah.
Exactly. And so in terms of those carbon emissions that we directly or indirectly control, we're slowly but surely eliminating nearly all of them. Now the one outstanding area is gas usage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you to offer temperature controlled hangar space, the only technology that's viable at the moment is powered by gas, and that's where the challenge for us to get to net zero is, what can we bring, what can we do about bringing in new technology there? And then the broader piece is around supporting our operators and helping them reduce their carbon footprint. But make no mistake, we want to be seen as the airport leading in this space. We want our consumers and our operators to feel good about being associated with Farnborough, and that will drive our business forward.
Great. Simon, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.